Hi everybody, Coach Steph here for another episode of Think About It Thursday. So I wanted to pop on here today and talk to you about integrity. And on my coaching journey that I've been on for the last 7-8 months, I have learned a lot about integrity. I really thought that I knew what integrity was before I started this journey. And I've learned that there's a lot more to integrity than I originally had thought. And in my research, I even went and Googled integrity, and all of the little memes that pop up, it all says doing the right thing when no one else is looking. And when I ask people what they think integrity is, that's pretty much what everybody says. And although that's a part of integrity, it's not the whole thing. Some examples of being in integrity is if you agree to do something for somebody, you do it. If you RSVP to a party, you don't cancel at the last minute for no good reason. If you don't play favorites amongst your children, you don't play favorites amongst your teammates, you treat everybody with kindness and fairness. There are so many pieces to integrity, and the way I kind of define integrity for myself, and where I think that it really helps to better understand it, is that, I feel like the basis of who we are, it's kind of like the foundation of a house. And the cinder blocks that are a part of the foundation are our core qualities. Who we are as individuals. Are we outgoing? Are we shy? Are we, driven, or are we more of a laid back person? Are we, somebody who's really clean or isn't so clean? There's all different kinds of core qualities that you can have, right? And I see that integrity is the concrete that keeps those cinder blocks together. So if you think about the foundation of a house, they pour a concrete base, and then they put down the concrete cinder blocks, and then in between they pour liquid concrete for the cinder blocks to be able to stay together and build a strong foundation. And that's what I see integrity as. Integrity is that concrete base that you build those cinder block foundations on, and it's also the concrete that keeps the cinder blocks together. And that's what you build the base of who you are on. And when you're out of integrity for whatever reason, whether it's you don't do the right thing when no one else is looking, or you cancel at the last minute on a commitment that you had just because you don't feel like it, or you play favorites amongst your friends, or you gossip about your friends, or you gossip other people behind their back, that breaks down your integrity of who you are. And it also will inhibit people from trusting you. If you think about the girlfriend or the friend that you have that you invite to pretty much everything you guys do as a group, and they always say yes, and then they never show up, or they cancel at the last minute. I have had several experiences of people in my life that have done that. You'll invite somebody, you'll say that they're coming, you'll even confirm, hey, are you coming? And they're like, yeah, totally. And then they just don't even show. And they don't ever say, hey, look, I'm sorry, something came up. Nothing. They just don't show. And that hurts your integrity. And I think people sometimes don't realize that those kind of things will hurt and affect the way people view you, and that it's important to keep your promises and to stay in line with your integrity in every way that you possibly can. And it's interesting that once I started really doing some research on integrity, the actual true definition of integrity is being whole and complete. And so that's not always just, keeping your promises or doing the right thing when nobody else is looking. There's so many more pieces to it. So if you think about, how can you be whole and complete? It's lying to somebody. All of these things affect your integrity. And, so my action item for you this week for Think About It Thursday is, where in your life do you think, based on what I've said, do you think that you're out of integrity? And here's the thing. There's a really quick and easy way to get back in integrity. You have to acknowledge that you're out of integrity. You just have to say, hey, look, I'm sorry I didn't show at your party. I was really sick, or the kids got sick, or the car broke down, or, whatever it is. If you have a valid excuse, stand up for it. Or if you just say, look, I'm dealing with some stuff right now, and I just couldn't bring myself to come. acknowledging that you're out of integrity, and then committing to being in integrity the next time and saying, look, I'm sorry I didn't make it this time. I know I flaked out, but the next time you invite me, if I can make it, I will definitely make it. And if I say I'm coming, I will definitely come. And guess what? If you do that and you actually go the next time, you're back in integrity. So being out of integrity doesn't necessarily mean that everything's going to crumble beneath your feet and it's a permanent thing. You can easily fix it as long as you acknowledge the things that you're not in integrity for. So I hope you all have enjoyed. Have a great weekend, and I'll talk to you next week. Take care.